Hi everyone, it's Rosina Starr. I would like to talk about types of narcissistic supply and their functioning. So let's get right to it. So when you're dating a narcissist and you don't know he's a narcissist, you will be soon aware he will have different types of people for different types of things. These are my friends that help me with this. These are people I hang out with Tuesday nights. These are people from work. This is my family. This is my cousin. This is my goddaughter, on and on, right? So what I want to make you aware of is every single person in this kind of supply chain for the narcissist serves a certain purpose. And when they don't serve the purpose anymore, they get discarded. So let's get started. So let's talk about the narcissist having a primary supply. The primary supply partner is usually a first and foremost intimate partner, somebody he's been seeing a fairly long time, somebody that he actually lives with, somebody that he's talking to every day, going over there and seeing her, somebody that he is, taking the most from, somebody that he has actually targeted and been in a long-term type of relationship with this person, and it's been mostly her up until a certain point, right? And the primary supply is there to pick up the messes, there to deal with the emotional dumping. You don't get the glory of the narcissist. There are times you will, though, and we'll talk about that too as the primary. So then we talk about the intimate source, primary or secondary supply, which is the person that they are seeing on the side, guy or girl, it doesn't matter. They are, love bombing this person. They are spending more time physically away from the primary supply and giving excuses, fake illnesses, excuses after lies, more lies, excuses. The secondary source regulates the narcissist's ego like the primary cannot anymore, because as you know, these people see people as either all good or all bad. So being the primary, he has to make her bad to make this other person good, because they're not getting whatever it is they want. Either it's a sexual need met by the primary, and even if he had it met by her before, it doesn't work long term because nothing ever fills these people up. It's like a bucket with a hole at the bottom. Everything will always leak out and you are the one left depleted. So we're moving on and we're talking about, the functioning of the secondary supply is soon to be made a primary later on, but she doesn't know that. She could just be somebody that he met at a strip club. Okay, my ex met a girl at the strip club. She's in her 20s. And he started pursuing her, I would say, a year and a half or maybe a year after I had finally plotted slowly to the discard, because as you know, you have to leave the covert narcissist very quietly, or there is obviously going to be a fireworks display that you never wanted a part of. It can be very, very bad. So, he's, grooming this other supply. He's taking her on trips. He's going to her house regularly. He is using her to maybe try to make evidence of a reaction to, he could even use the secondary supply to try to put the primary supply back in her place. But when that doesn't work, then the primary supply is only used for negative supply only, because this other supply is just, the be-all, end-all, because she hasn't caught on yet. And usually, she's much younger and naive and doesn't know any better. Sometimes they target single moms for that, having the low self-esteem and, being a hero in a situation. But anyway, so the secondary supply experiences the narcissist's glory of everything that he can offer, what's actually left over from the last relationship that he had been in. I still feel a narcissist has a first love for that grade A supply. He may never get over her, depending on how it ended. Because if he is the type of person that leaves her, he will be looked at as a failure. But if she gets smart enough behind his back to leave him before he leaves her, he's just devastated and doesn't believe that the person's actually going to go and do that. So it's just a matter of knowing your opponent. And because the narcissist is so arrogant instead of confident, They always underestimate their opponent. So, the secondary supply is somebody that he plays around with. He's usually a sex toy. And he hates when they talk about moving in because it's primarily just a sex thing for him, which replaces the sex he doesn't get at home. So he'll go and have sex, with 3 or 4 different supplies that day, come home to his wife, who's the primary, and not want a thing to do with her. And he could also even have, a pornography addiction, besides, along with, cocaine, drinking, PCP, weed, whatever. These people don't have any limits. And they don't always let it show. So it's hard to figure out, what's really going on in the relationship as it progresses. So then we have the tertiary supply, which is people that could be at his work, colleagues and such, people that he talks to regularly, people that he gets from whatever addiction, needs to be satisfied, whether it's porn passwords or, they even do share porn accounts, drugs, connections to different people, some same interests, just filthy secrets they can share between the guys or the girls, depending on who they're hanging out with at the time. So that's the tertiary sources. They can actually also be people they see at the gas station, like, hangout places like grocery stores. They like the bartender there. They're, creeping on social media to plot who they're going to go and visit. Different girls at strip clubs can be a nice snack for the narcissist's ego. And he's getting all of this positive supply from these people to keep himself regulated. So then we move on to, the narc harem has all varieties of different people, but who he really wants to target to be his primary, secondary, tertiary supplies and just basically snack people are people that he can actually spy on, people that he can stalk, and people he can deceive. These are people that are unsuspecting and unknowing of his bad intentions. And these are people that he can use for something later on because there's always a hidden agenda with the narcissist. It's never just, him being a nice guy and him helping somebody out. There's always a reason for why they're doing what they're doing. They're trying to hide something. They're trying to conceal it. They have so many mishaps with different things and excuses, and they really do like a primary supply to be in place, and it can't even be apparent. I believe my ex's mother was his primary supply, and I was supposed to be the primary, but with the 2 there, and his mom actually supported him financially, and he was a waiter, so all of his money went on hookers and drugs. And that's what I came to find out later on in the relationship. And he was actually sleeping around with couples and, different types of people. There was numerous dating websites that I saw on his phone, escort websites. Besides, these people will just be with anybody. They will find anybody to be with and latch onto. They are parasitic people, and they're very dangerous. So, you always feel as the primary supply like you're being drained of all your energy all the time. And like I said, when he locks you in a position, it's almost impossible to get out if you're unaware. But there still is hope. So I just wanted to make this video to let you know the different types for heightened awareness. This is Rosina Starr. Like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.